Cameras live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inside the Lines. I'm Eli Weinstein, and we're here in the Salzburg Arena. Behind me, the tennis court that will be hosting the Davis Cup tie between Austria and Chile, one of 12 qualifier ties for the Madrid finals at the end of the year. We're back. You remember, we were inside the lines at the end of last year. We're back at the beginning of this year. This time we are in Salzburg, in Austria. Beautiful city. An amazing clay court has been put here indoors to host these two players. A lot going on. We're going to have a lot to tell you. Lots of stuff to show you too throughout these 3 days. We're going to have live shows today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. So both days of play. Remember, we've moved from 3 to 2 days of competition in the 2019 format. Earlier today, we'll get right into action. As you see behind me, Team Chile is practicing on the court. In fact, I don't know if we can catch him, but on the deep end there with the blue shirt is the number one player of the Chilean team, Nicolas Jarry, who will be spearheading the team. Earlier today, as I said, was the draw ceremony for this tie. This is how really the action kicks off. Both teams are brought together in a venue, and there's a whole event. And this time it was done at the airport. It was a very original but really nice venue. So there was an entire terminal of the Salzburg airport that was privatized, and the draw ceremony took place there. It was very interesting. We were sitting, and planes were taxiing by, and you could see the mountains, snow-covered mountains in the background. It was very beautiful. In any case, the end result of this ceremony gave the following result: is that the order of play for tomorrow, because action kicks off tomorrow here at 3 p.m. local, so 2 p.m. GMT, Nicolas Jarry, that we talked about here on court, is going to face number 2 of Austria, Yuri Rodionov. Then they will be followed by Cristian Garin, who's the number 2 for Chile, who will face Denis Novak of Austria. On Saturday, action kicks off with the doubles. Then it will be the old-timers Oliver Marak and Jürgen Melzer, who will face Hans Podlipnik. His name is Hans, but he is from Chile, and Julio Peralta. That doubles match will immediately be followed by the 2 singles matches, and those will be the reverse singles, so both number 1s and both number 2s, Denis Novak versus Nicolas Jarry, and Yuri Rodionov versus Cristian Garin. So that was the draw. We spoke to captains and players at the end of that ceremony. First, let's hear from Nicolas Massu, Chilean captain. First, I want to start off. You have good memories of Austria as the Davis Cup team, I believe. It was not here, but it was in Chile last time, and you were on the court with the Austrian captain.
Yeah, I have a good memories. Not only for the result, because it was my best memories in Davis Cup, maybe one of the 2 or 3 best, because we play until so late. I mean, maybe until 3 in the morning. Amazing match in Rancagua, and we stay in the World Group. After that, I decide the 5th point against the captain of Austria, and also it's nice to see them again, because I make a long career with Jürgen and Stefan. They're very good guys, very talented players, and very good players in the tour. So for me, it's amazing to be 10 years after here like a captain, and it's nice, because 10 years ago we played the 5th match, and now we're in the other side of the road like a captain, and I wish them the best. I hope that we have a very good tie in the weekend. Of course, I want to win. I think that we have a very good team, very young team, singles players that they are playing so good now. So I hope that our dream is to arrive to the World Group, to Madrid. So we are working for the last 5 years. We start with the players that in that moment have 16, 17 years old, and now we are present. So for me, it's a very nice moment to see that after 5 years we are making our dream come true, and we're looking forward to in the future to make unbelievable or maybe so good results in the World Group.
I have a question. Who chose the surface, you or Austria?
I don't know. No, I think that the perfect conditions for us is to play like here, similar. Or they know how to play on indoor or in clay courts. They like it more in clay than in indoor, because in Chile we don't use indoor, but we are used to play on in clay. But I think the Austrian player also play good there. Dominic Thiem, for example, is the maybe top 3 in the world in clay.
That's why they chose the clay probably at first.
Yeah, but also the other Austrian players can play good here. I mean, it doesn't matter who is the favorite. It doesn't matter the numbers. When you go to the court, you need to play the match. You have to fight from the first ball to the last one. My players, they know that in sports, favorite is when you go to the court. You have to forget that. You have to make a good work, and I respect a lot the Austrian team. They have a very complete team, and we have to fight a lot if we want to win.
So my next question was going to be your favorite on paper. I'm not going to ask you that because you answered that already. And finally, I want to talk about just it's a two-day tie, and it's a best of 3 format, and the end result is a trip to Madrid. Does that put a bit more pressure on you as a captain or in the team, because it's such a big reward to go play the finals?
Well, for me, for example, I born since I was 15 years old. I started to be in the Davis Cup team like a player, and I used to play like the old Davis Cup. So for me, since I know Davis Cup, I play like that. I start like that also like a captain, and now they change the rules, like a new Davis Cup for 3 sets, 2 days. But I'm looking forward to represent my country. It doesn't matter if they have a new rule or the old rule, or 3 sets or 5 sets, 2 days or 3 days. For me, I'm so happy to represent my country, to be a captain. The rules is like this, and I'm gonna do the best for my country, and we have to follow the rules. And I think that anyway, for me, I'm happy to be here. And if the rule is to play 3 sets and 2 days, we're gonna try to think that. I like the pressure. I love the pressure. That's why I dedicate to sports, to tennis. So if you are in this situation, like you decide to be a tennis player or captain, it's because you like the pressure. So I don't have problem with that, and the players, they have to continue with that, because the career of the tennis life is like that.
Listening to you talk, are you going to play this weekend?
I try. No, from the chair.
Okay. Best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Wow, talk about motivation, talk about passion. That guy is ready to go play on court. He's got to be held back by his teammates and staff. You can feel it in him. Another guy who's pretty motivated is Stefan Kubek, the Austrian captain. What do you think? We're just going to talk to one captain? No, of course, we spoke to the other. And here's what Stefan Kubek had to say. Okay, the draw is done. Now it's the business end of the weekend is beginning, and the action is starting. Is it something different? Do you feel the excitement, the pressure, the adrenaline?
No, exciting. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, it's a great stadium. The guys worked hard. They stick together, and they can't wait to step on the court. And I'm just waiting for it, because I have a good feeling, and I want to see what happens.
Your first match is a rookie who's starting off against number 45 in the world. What are your words for somebody who's never played Davis Cup? He was telling us about how you called him, how he felt, how happy he was. His smile, he was grinning to his ears. But what do you tell a guy who goes on court for the first time?
Well, it depends on the guy. I mean, you could see the last day already. He's getting a little bit nervous, which I like, because there you can see how important it is for the player. And Yuri is a great guy. I think when the stadium is full, once he steps on the court, makes the first strokes, he's gonna feel comfortable out there, because the crowd is gonna be behind him. The whole team stands behind him, and he just has to go out there and play his tennis, which is not always easy, because he will be nervous, but I think he can handle it.
Strangely enough, you're the home team, but you're the on paper you're the outsiders or the challengers or the underdogs or whatever you may call it. Is that a position that actually makes you feel a bit more comfortable?
No, I like to have like 2 or 3 top 10 players in the team and just walk through. But we have good experience about this. I mean, especially I like to think about Russia last year when we played away. They had 3 top 50 players, and the Austrian team had no top 100 players, and we beat them. and now it's not such a bad story. I mean, Dominic cancelled, yes, but I have a great team. They're motivated. They can beat great players. And the Chilean team, obviously, I mean, they're a great team, but they are beatable even without Dominic team, and that's what I'm looking for.
You have then Dennis, who's playing his second match, and he had a good Davis Cup last year. He's jumped in as number one, though. That's a little bit of supplementary pressure for him.
Yeah, but that's fine for him. I mean, he has a good chance tomorrow also to get the first point. He can watch the first match. He will see what's going on, and if he has a 1-0 or a 0-1, I mean, nothing he can change basically. But he can go out there and play like the last ties, because he always played great tennis in Davis Cup, and I'm hoping that he can bring it on court tomorrow, and I'm very positive about it.
We were talking with Nicolas Massou before, and we mentioned the 10-year challenge. 10 years ago, it was you against him. It was an amazing match, finished very, very late. The result was a bit better for him than for you, but it's crazy how the wheel turns. You guys were playing each other, now you're on the chair together. It's an interesting moment.
Yeah, it's a great story actually. I mean, I will never forget this, even that I lost there, but it was a great battle. Playing on Friday 5 sets and playing on Sunday against Nico 4 sets over 5 hours. I mean, great experience. Unfortunately, I lost, but it was a great battle the whole weekend, and the Chilean team just went out as a winner. I wish that we can turn it around now in Salzburg, and that's the goal for us.
And finally, in the far distance, Madrid. Is that an ongoing word that you're saying to your team, like, we're going for this final, we need to qualify, there's this big final, it's historical, and we want to be there?
Of course, every player knows. I mean, they're looking forward to it. They want to go there. I think everybody in Qualis wants to reach the finals in Madrid, just to see how it's going to work and how it's going to be. I think it's going to be a great event, and I want to be part of it.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Amazing stuff. Those two guys have history. It's interesting because that tie that Nicolas Massou was talking about, which was 10 years ago, the 10-year challenge, right here, we did it for you. Not only did he beat Kubek, but he also beat Melzer. So he took down the whole Austrian team, or part of the Austrian team that's here, and the whole Austrian team that was there. It was a very, very intense tie. It'll probably be intense here too. After having heard from the captains, let's hear from the players. So Nicolas Jarry, I think, number one from Chile, would be an interesting person to hear from. Why don't we go do that? That's it. The draw is taking place, and you are going to start your team off as number one. It's a good thing. Do you like to play first? Do you like to know at what time you're playing? Because Davis Cup, you don't always know when you're going to start.
Yeah, I'm very excited to open this tie. I like to open the past events against the other players. I've always started, and I really like it. Yeah, it's nice to have a time, like you said, and nothing. It's gonna be a tough tie. I'm happy how we prepare, how I'm playing, and I'm have to go out to the court and give my best.
It's a best of 3 format. So does that mean you have to be good even before the warm-up starts because it's a shorter match?
Yeah, it's more of like a normal format, like most of the whole year. So nothing. I know I have to be very, very focused on my serve. That's the key. Is going to be the key now in the surface. There's fast clay court and nothing, and be prepared for everything that can happen, and be brave, be with a lot of passion mentally, and I'm ready.
And the goal, obviously, is to go to the Davis Cup Madrid finals.
Yeah, of course. The goal is to win. We hope to do it. It doesn't matter if it's 3-0, 3-2, same thing. So we're going to do our best to try to have the win.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
It's going to be a tough man to beat, Nicolas Jarry, this weekend. Huge serve, big guy, very tall. Those serves are going to be coming from very high, and they're going to be flying through the court. After having heard from Nicolas Jarry, let's hear from the young Austrian doubles team with Jürgen Melzer and Oliver Marek. Nice to have you guys. It's going to be your role is going to be pivotal in this tie because you have a young team. Austria's a young team in singles. And on paper, you're far behind Chile. So, I mean, talk about the importance of your point, maybe more so than usual.
Well, of course, I think if we want to win that tie, we need to win doubles. There is no doubt about that. After Dominic's injury or basically illness, we are far back in the singles. So going by rankings, but you never know what's going to happen in the Davis Cup. I have been probably the better ranked player in a few of my singles and lost them. So there's always something that can come up on a weekend. And we hope that this time it's going to come up in our way. So I'm looking forward to the tie, really looking forward to the debut of Yuri, seeing how he deals with pressure and the expectations. And then, it's all eyes on us on Saturday.
Teaming up with a guy who, I remember I was covering a Davis Cup tie in Linz against Del Potro's first Davis Cup tie, and he was already there. Must be great to have him on board, and together you guys are leading morally the team and in the locker room, and the guys are looking up at you.
Yes, Jürgen is more the leader, but I'm older than him, so just 1 year. No, but
you look younger.
Thanks.
You.
No, I mean, it's always an honor to play next to Jürgen. I know him since we started ITF tournaments, and it will be for sure a fight for us, but we prepared very well. We practiced very good this week, the whole team, so I'm super positive that we will get the chance to make our very important points, and hopefully our youngsters also will help us to make this win at the end.
The doubles is no longer on a lone day. It's not the spotlight on the doubles alone. How does that change the dynamic of this doubles match?
Well, I think for the doubles it doesn't really matter, but still matters, because if you have a number one player that would like to play doubles, he will have to come back immediately after doubles, play back to back, and that's the only difference, I think, if you compare it to the old format. But having said that, it's just a very important point. You need to win it, especially in our case, if you want to win that tie. So, and we don't have a number one that wants to play doubles, so that's all good.
So your place is secure. And finally, last question. At the end of all this, in the distance, Madrid, is that like a goal? Did you guys write the word Madrid on the locker room, and it's like that's the goal, is to make it to this amazing new event and be part of history?
Of course, that's our big goal, I would say, because it will be a new, I have to say, tournament, and it will be a new concept. We have to see how it is first. The date, I think they're gonna change it in the future, but we are very excited because I heard we will play for a lot of money, and also for the federations it will be very important because they will also get much more money, and they could provide for the young kids better. Or develop our kids in Austria much better, and maybe we're gonna have more tennis players also in the future. So I'm super excited. If we get there, it will be for sure great for Austrian tennis.
So great for Austrian tennis, and then you guys can buy new cars, and it's fantastic.
No. It's not gonna happen.
Just kidding. Best of luck to you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so nobody's buying a new car. Maybe they could buy me a new car. We'll see. We'll wait to see the result. They first have to qualify, then they have to win, and maybe I'll send them a little text or something. But it was a nice chat with those two, and I think those two play a very important role on the Austrian team, which is a young team. To have those two veterans that have a lot of experience on tour, to have them in the locker room in crucial moments is key for the Davis Cup team. And it's not by coincidence that they're there. Their captain, Stefan Kubek, knows that perfectly well, and that's why he called them. Like I said earlier, this tie behind me is one of 12 ties that is being played this weekend. Let's go through real quick what's happening all over the globe in this qualifier weekend. We have Brazil and Belgium. In Brazil, in Uberlandia, Montero, Melo, Soares will be there. We have Uzbekistan and Serbia that are be in Tashkent, and we'll there have Lajovic, Krajinovic, Istomin, Troitsky. Australia is facing Bosnia-Herzegovina. Milman, Deminor, Damien Zumor, India and Italy are going head-to-head with Seppi, Bolelli, Cecchinato, Bopana on the Indian side. Germany and Hungary are playing in Frankfurt. Kohlschreiber and Zverev are there. Switzerland and Russia are playing in Biel. Biel, depends if you're speaking in French or. But Russians with a big team: Medvedev, Kachanov or Hachanov, and Rublev. That's a very, very strong team for Russia. A little bit of glasses crashing in the background, but we're live. So if you had any doubt, Kazakhstan and Portugal are going to be playing in Astana, where Sousa and Bublik. Czech Republic and Netherlands in Ostrava. Haze, Vesely, Rosol, Roger. So huge names there. Colombia and Sweden. Geraldo Cabal Faro, the Emer brothers. That's in Bogota. Slovakia and Canada are going to be facing off in Bratislava, where Shapovalov, Klizan, and Ogialiasim will be taking place. And finally China and Japan in Guangzhou with Nishioka, Taro Daniel, and Zhang. So plenty of action going on all over the place, all over just non-stop. We will be obviously monitoring everything that you miss so that you get to follow everything. There'll be videos, there'll be pictures, there'll be match reports, there'll be just tons of stuff you have to follow on daviscup.com. Don't miss anything. It's going to be very exciting. Yesterday was a nice day. We were walking around and we stumbled across the Mozart statue, which gave us a great idea, and we decided to see if Team Chile had what was their conducting capacity, if they knew how to conduct an orchestra. So we decided to have some fun with them and play them some Mozart and see how they do. So why don't you relax and enjoy this little moment? We called it the Mozart Challenge. Welcome to Salzburg, home of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, as you can see right behind me. And I guarantee you he is as cold as I am right now. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, famous composer, but also and especially a conductor. Now, do professional tennis players know how to conduct? Let's check it out. This is the Mozart Challenge. We're going to play for you a few seconds of a very famous Mozart piece, and we're going to ask you to be the conductor of the orchestra. Very simple.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun. I had that song engraved in my head. It's been playing non-stop since yesterday, because when you edit, you go over and over, and trust me, we have that song. We've been singing it from the morning to the evening. But it's Mozart, it's good stuff. If you can see Nicolas Jarry, they're still warming up behind me. The Chilean team, they're going to be practicing for another probably hour or so, depending on how they feel. That was a fun piece. It was an interesting first day here with the draw, with everything that went on. Now is left competition. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. it kicks off, remember, and it'll be the man that's on court here, Nicolas Jarry, who will be facing, sorry, all these names, I need to go back. He will be facing Yuri Rodionov, who is making his Davis Cup debut. So big moment for him. He got the call, and then after that, it will be Denis Novak against Christian Garin. So hope you enjoyed the show, guys. People, wherever you are on the globe, just remind you that we will be back tomorrow, 2 hours before play, so 1 p.m. local time here in Salzburg, which is 12 noon GMT. Wherever you are in the globe, figure out the time that is for you, but do not miss us. Okay, we'll be here, and we'll be waiting for you. Hopefully you'll be able to follow us live. You can always catch up. That's the beauty of the internet. You'll be able to check out the show if you don't see it live later. Whenever you want, you can see it again and again and again, because you just can't get enough of it because it's so good. And remember, daviscup.com, all the action, all the time. I think that's goodbye from us. Auf Wiedersehen. Before we go, we're going to leave you with a little bit of nostalgia from the end of last year and take you through last year's final between Croatia and France that took place in Lille and saw Croatia win the Davis Cup by BNP Paribas. So that was Inside the Lines, number 1 of 2019 here in Salzburg. I'm Eli Weinstein, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Beginning to this Davis Cup final by Borna Coric. Croatia take the lead. Marin Cilic puts that one away in emphatic fashion. The end of a dominant first day for Croatia. Day. Sublime point. A beautiful finish to a fine first set from Marin Cilic. Another move forward towards the title for Croatia. Croatia, Davis Cup champions for a second time, and Marin is the man to clinch it.